really think you need to bring Rick back.
I'm forced by circumstances to go back and ask someone who I fired to return to work.
That's the only way you'll come back is if I hire him, right? Okay, Matt, I'd like to welcome you to the new IT director of Intern. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Okay, there. That's it. We're in. All right. Got a job.
All right, I'd like to begin this meeting by reintroducing some of our newest people here. We have Matt, our IT guy. If you have any IT problems, call Matt. Matt should be able to respond to those. And this is Chris. Now, Chris is actually a graduate student, and Chris is writing this graduate thesis project on leadership styles.
I am learning a lot, and I do hope to learn from this experience.
I like the way this guy thinks. All right, I like Chris. I really like Chris. He really seems to understand what I'm saying, as opposed to Rick and the engineer. But Chris understands it. He gets it. So the main reason we set up this meeting today is because we were fortunate enough to have a visit from the City of Ventura Public Works Department, the Stormwater Pollution Prevention Specialist, Karen Sedlacek. And Karen, we are so grateful that you came out to our conference today to tell us some things about why stormwater pollution prevention is important to our company. So why don't you take it from here?
Well, thank you, Ray. Everything we do in the environment has an impact on the environment.
Excuse me, Karen, hold a minute. Is anybody taking notes on this?
I've done this for 35 years. Stormwater.
Marion, give him a pen. Take notes,
You know
all right?
what?
This is important
You
stuff.
know what? So he's threw the pin at me, you know. I don't need to take notes. It's all up here. I know this stormwater like the back of my hand.
Once again, our maintenance manager, Rick, has to be the barrier that hits up against progress. He's been around for 30-something years, and he has to bring up all the negatives. It drives me absolutely crazy sometimes.
There is a definite difference between what goes into the sewer system and what goes into the storm drains. The storm drains go to the beach untreated, whereas anything that we do that is sewered goes straight to the water treatment plant, and that is then cleaned up before we discharge it out to the environment. There's a dramatic difference, and a lot of people still don't understand that.
We are going to implement in our business here some best environmental practices for stormwater pollution. I am thrilled that we are going to be implementing stormwater practices, pollution prevention practices here at our company.
We are now going to have an area where the trucks are going to be washed, and that water will go to the sewer line instead of going directly to the ocean.
I'm excited,
It's just
really.
a
Wow.
location difference, that's all.
I bet you Chris would agree with us too, though, right,
I
Chris?
do agree that stormwater prevention is the way to go.
Okay, the other thing that Marion has worked with Karen on is we're going to take all that stormwater that comes off into our rain gutters, and we're going to have it redirected into landscape areas instead of having it run right on the asphalt and pollute in the ocean.
Right, you won't even notice unless
I
you
bet.
look at it. It's not going to make any impact on you.
Well, he will have to install it.
That's true, but I'm moving
You
on
know, I
that.
got
But,
two guys
you know,
to do all this stuff. Now you're adding more stuff.
Yeah, but make all the difference in the world. Rick, I'm tired today, and Rick is just really was getting on my nerves this morning. He just, he's just so, so I don't know. I don't even want to talk about Rick right now.
Every single thing that you do can impact the environment in a negative or a positive way. So from the trash that you throw on the ground to the kinds of activities you're going to do around your businesses, you want to make sure that you take every precaution you can to try to keep that material from being exposed to rainwater and being moved to a storm drain, which goes directly to the ocean.
That's right.
We've done some engineering studies on this,
All
thanks to
right.
all Karen's input. And so what we have to establish is a co-relationship between stormwater and polluted water. Now we do this by taking the square root.
Okay, everybody. Then Robert started in with the formulas for stormwater. What a waste of time.
I throw up the formulas that are designed to track the progress of this program on wastewater pollution, on stormwater, and yet Ray just shuts me out, literally tells me to shut up.
Everybody, I promise you I'll be out of here in half an hour. So thanks a lot for the meeting. We'll catch you next time. Oh, Chris, you're going to go get me a cup of coffee?
Sugar, cream?
And I think Chris could be going places in this company. I'm going to talk to him about his potential career with this company. There could be a career for him here.
I'm here right now because I'm a graduate student. I'm going to be writing my thesis on Roy one of them, and I'm going to be, studying under him, and I'm hoping to one day, be a part of this company, be one of the head honchos. Get my own car, have my own intern. Have someone get me coffee.
Okay, everybody clear out. Robert and I got to have a talk for a few minutes here. Hello, Mary.
I gotta go hammer some recycling bins in.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get. Come on, we got a bit. We got about 5 minutes. What is it you
Okay,
need to talk
Ray,
to me about?
as the representative of Eurotrek, we have to monitor your progress and your productivity on this whole environmental thing for both recycling and for the wastewater program. Now, so I'm going to need from you a daily report of all of your activities that you do during the day. Each person must submit a daily report of all their activities during the day to be forwarded to our
Look, Robert,
headquarters.
I don't have time for a daily
You're going to
matrix
have to
in
make
here.
schedule.
Trying to make us do all kinds of nonsense and formulas. You don't do formulas, you don't do matrices, you just do the program. You just do it.
And then each person in your company is going to have to supply a daily activity report of everything they've done that day.
Oh, hey, Robert, I'll see what I can do.
We need that, right?
5 minutes is up. Where's that coffee? I didn't understand what he was talking about. What is with this guy? Now that he's got a little bit of power over me, he's taking it to the hill. You got it. All right, I got to have my coffee. We'll see you around.
All right. How can you measure the effectiveness of a program if you can't do the engineering on it, if you can't do the formulas on it, and if you can't collect, capture data and metrics on it?
Okay, Rick, I want to show you what's called a drain spout. It collects all the water that's when it's raining. Comes down here, as you know, and look, the water just kind of hangs out here. It's getting all fungusy and moldy, and the water then just goes over into the storm drain. We want the new plan is to capture this water. And to use it in a more environmental sustainable way. So what we want to do is pull out some of this concrete and make it into like a nice landscaped area. And we just kind of make it real aesthetically pleasing. So it's called environmental sustainability. And I'm just going to go ahead and check that off my list. We could dedicate it to you. We could dedicate it to you. We could call it the Rick area.
We put a plaque here.
Yeah, environmentally sustainable.
Well, yeah.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, that might work.
great.
We'll just have
That might work? All right, let's go over it. All right.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, there's something else I want to show you. It's over here.
I don't know. There's a lot of work there, boy. I just tell you, we put all these bins out. We hadn't finished putting them out. Now they want us to design a thing to collect the water. We've had the storm drain there for years, and it just flows right in the storm drain with all this stuff. It washes right out the ocean. I don't see what the problem is there.
I don't know, but I think they're on to me not really knowing about computers that much. Ray told me to write some papers or about technical support. I didn't know what to do it, so I just wandering around trying to hide from them.
All right, so I wanted to show you this recycling bin here. Okay, and hey, Matt, what are you doing?
Nothing. I was just kind of leaving right now.
Oh, well, I wanted to show you this, Rick.
Hi.
When it rains,
Yep.
what's happening is all the water goes into here and it just gets all yucky and it starts leaking out and it goes all this drain water goes into the storm drain and it's
Yeah, that's
polluting
good.
the ocean.
We got a
right. So the plan is
basin
we're
there,
going to
yeah.
build an enclosure.
Enclosure.
Yeah, an enclosure. So it go over.
I'll just put
the
a tarp
bin.
on top of it.
No, tarp won't work. It has to be,
What?
a nice kind of watertight enclosure.
Designs.
And we're going to put this enclosure so that when it rains, that
Yeah.
water doesn't go inside the recycle bin. Yeah.
Well, I'll
yeah.
talk to Robert. He can figure out some formulas.
Oh, we don't have to involve Robert.
Well, yeah,
No,
they can
let's
figure out
just,
some
go
formulas
through
how to-
Ray. No,
Oh,
don't bother
right.
with all that.
Huh.
Enclosure on the recycling
really?
bin.
Wow.
And the garbage bin too. It could be for the garbage
Yeah,
bin
but
as well.
trucks come in, they're not going to be able to get in there with that
No,
enclosure.
it'll be large enough. Okay, let's go over
Well, I
here.
don't know about
I'll go ahead and
that.
check
Let's-
this off my list.
Sheesh.
And we're going to go
Oh,
take a look
gee.
at over this down.
Came back to do this recycling, but I don't know, boy. It's been getting tougher and tougher all the time with the stormwater quality stuff. I don't know.
The little tiny changes, for some change in price, but perhaps not that important. The most important thing is the environmental benefits that we're going to be producing.
Marion, I really been thinking about your idea about how we should get some of the environmental message out on cable TV, especially the stormwater practice.
Oh, to get the word out about environmental sustainability.
That's a great
through
idea.
our program.
The Community Access Channel.
Yeah.
Call it Community Access Partners of San Buenaventura.
That's it. Can an organization or business?
An organization can become a member. There's
Okay.
certain parameters that you need to comply with, but it's a wonderful program.
Oh.
And I have a wonderful idea
Oh.
that I'm going to help put out a community access station message about stormwater pollution. And I thought of the idea of a Western.
Right.
And I
right.
want to show you what I had in mind, all right?
Okay.
Well, I was really excited about this whole idea. I love this idea about the Western and, you know, the old cowboy motif. It's the old West, man. I mean, what better way can you teach stormwater pollution prevention than using the old West? Howdy there, folks.
Oh, right.
Here in the old West, why, environmental practices are the way we do things. That's why we believe in stormwater pollution prevention.
Oh, that's good. I like the accent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Andy. Oh, hey, Robert.
What's up?
Hey, good to see you. I've been working on this great idea with Marion on, we're going to put out an environmental message, and I'm going to be kind of a cowboy character. I'm going to be
Cowboy?
saying, howdy there, folks.
Yeah,
Here
so
at
cute.
Commutitron, recycling is a way of, it's a simple concept of stormwater pollution that, you know, anything that goes into the storm drain runs
It's a
unpolluted
great
out.
But I personally think that Eurotech needs to take creative control of this process. I mean, after all, it's a lot of our money is going into supporting your corporation as a client. I think we need to take creative control of this process. It really doesn't sell, and I don't think a Western theme for this production is going to work at all. And I as much as told them so. We're concerned about it getting widespread appeal. And, you know, kids might be listening and such, and Westerns are just kind of, you know, might be a few old folks like Westerns, but
Oh,
really,
yeah,
we
people
really
like-
need to
for
do,
kids,
we really
we
need
could
to have creative
change it.
control on this.
I draw the line. This is, you know what, I'll work with your company, but I'm not going to, this is our show.
Yeah.
We're going to do it, and I don't care what you say. This is going to be a Commutitron video, and
I really am gonna have to talk to Colette on this. I really am. We've got to come to a meeting of the minds on this, and I've got to bring Colette in on it because it is important to our company on this.
all right, Robert, hold it.
Okay, hold on.
And then he was getting on the phone ready to call Colette, who is the daughter of the president of Eurotrex, and I guess he wins. He had the ace card. I'll meet you tomorrow on the set. We're going to film starting about 9 o'clock
All
tomorrow.
right, okay.
You could be in it.
Yeah, bring some kind of cowboy.
You could be
thing.
in it.
Well, now wait a minute. Let's consider this what we're gonna be doing on this rather than just a cowboy thing, but we will meet tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Okay, you got it,
All right.
Robert. All right.
Good to see you.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Man.
Maybe we could do a different thing instead of like cowboy. We could do something like, I don't know, fantasy.
I'm going to go
All right.
out and I'm going to make my
Yeah.
Western about stormwater
Yeah,
pollution.
show him
and-
how to do it. Yeah, you know, show him how it's done.
all right, I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go work
Yeah,
some more on
and
my
if it's
script.
good, then he'll be proven wrong.
Yeah, exactly. All
Of
right.
course, we could do like a fairy thing.
No, well, I'm doing a Western. Okay, great. I got to work on my script somewhere. I'll see you later, Marion.
Okay. All right, talk to you later.
So I have no choice but to allow Robert to come and film with me, I guess, and have creative control, whatever that means. I asked him to make sure to wear some kind of a cowboy outfit. Hey, let's see. Can we see the script, please? Okay, here, Robert. Let me show you. Okay. In this scene, you and I are a couple cowboys, and you know it's the old West. So
I am not a cowboy.
Wow.
I am from Eurotech. I am a direct representative of the corporation to your corporation.
I'm on board with you.
Eurotech has creative ownership.
Gotcha, Robert. Okay, so we're gonna be a couple cowboys. Here's the script. Okay, let's. Why don't you do a little script check and make sure we get the right words? Okay. I came here with the idea of making this great video to help teach people, firstly about what Commutitron does, and secondly to inspire them to also adopt environmental sustainability practices, stormwater pollution. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, action! I'm the president of Commutitron, where we believe in the old-fashioned values of environmental sustainability. That's why here at Commutitron, wow, dog is, we believe
in the concept of stormwater pollution prevention.
We have developed a
Hey.
theory called the hydrodynamic theory of Cartesian variances. Now, if you take a given volume of water, V, it goes down a slope, Y, 1 over the square root of
Robert,
X.
please, let's see the script. Come here. Robert, I can't work with that kind of, he doesn't have any creativity. He doesn't understand, he probably never saw an old cowboy movie. There was nothing about the Old West from his character in there. I completely portrayed the Old West characters, you know, the swagger and that kind of stuff. He doesn't even know anything about the West. He's got this whole French thing going on. It just doesn't match.
He doesn't understand his audience. He talks down to them just like he talks down to us. He insults the audience with this phony Saturday morning 1950s Western type stuff. And people they don't want to be insulted. And I choose not to insult them when I talk because I talk to their level of intelligence, which my friend Ray does not.
Okay, I'm really excited about the direction we're moving. We're making this this informational video for the cable access station, and let me show you our first preliminary effort at it. And here we go.
Howdy, folks. Yeah. That's why we believe in stormwater pollution prevention.
Stormwater pollution, bad. Stormwater pollution prevention, good. That's simple enough for you?
Hi.
Okay, what do you think of that? Isn't that awesome?
I think it's lacking like any magical, I was thinking like maybe a recycling fairy. I found this and like, recycling fairy, we don't, more kids would relate to it than that.
Robert, what do you think?
I'd like to see it a little more positive and magical and, fairy stuff, glitter, things like that.
Science fiction, something with the UFOs, aliens, abductions, whatever.
I got a monster movie. It came from beneath the sewers. Perfect.
I love that cowboy thing, but I know I could do a lot better than Ray does there on that cowboy. Look at this. I mean, I could even lasso a chair. I used to be play a cowboy in there. I know I could do better part than Ray, but he's the boss. So, but I could be a deputy or something.
It's a whole Indian, Native American.
Hey, I'll lasso you.
I got the cowboy hat.
I can lasso you.
You can't even.
No.
I think the cowboy concept is completely amazing. It brings it down to the understandable level. And the only one that liked the cowboy concept was Rick. And Rick thought he could be a better cowboy than I could be. No way, I'm a better cowboy than Rick.
Movies are dead. But you know what? I think I have an idea that might solve all our problems right here. I think if we combined everybody's idea into one great movie, we might have something.
Could we merge these genres together?
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I could still play a cowboy in this
Work.
idea. I could still be my cowboy. You could be like a space cowboy.
We want some fairy magic involved.
Yeah,
Glitter,
you could be a
glitter.
recycling fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as I get my lasso in it. So I gotta be the lasso.
Okay.
Space.
I like
Zombies
it.
in space.
Smart rocket
With
scientist.
glitter.
And maybe the
And
cowboy and the
wine.
recycling fairies save the world or something. They're the good guys with the bad guys.
My idea was the best. Not surprising in the least, but I am happy with the way things are going. I did like that they did choose my idea. Combining the movies is probably the best thing for them.
All right, I think we got some movement going here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be making a movie!
Yeah, I don't think any of their ideas are good. Not at all. Mine is the best. I mean, come on. If they want to promote to the kids, right? Well, kids love monsters. And kids would love it. And that would motivate them to recycle. My idea is perfect. But they don't listen.
Hey, Rick, come on in.
Okay, hey, I hear you're having trouble with your computer doodad here.
Yeah, I was hoping
Here,
that,
got the IT guy here.
Matt
yeah.
could take a look at my
Yeah,
laptop.
Oh, let's see this thing. Excuse me. Okay. What's this?
That's my laptop.
Laptop?
No, lap. Yeah, I can put it on my lap.
Okay. All right,
Right.
well,
Yeah.
let's take a...
Careful with that. Okay, wait, stop. Let me show you. Thank you.
Where's the mouse?
It's right there.
That looks like a button, not a mouse.
No, that's the mouse. Haven't you ever seen one of these before?
Yes, I have. I just never seen this design. That's.
Oh,
it.
okay. You know, could you just kind of fix it like the IT stuff?
Sure.
Okay, great.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's the thing. Doesn't even turn on.
You have to plug it in.
I knew that. I was just testing
Oh,
you
okay.
on that one.
All right. Well, you go ahead and do what you have to do.
Oh, that's it. Your target sentence on your IPC doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
It's not working.
Okay. Can you fix it?
I guess we're gonna have to scrap it.
Maybe we can use this to fix it.
I don't know.
No, be careful. There's a lot in there that's important to me.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what you're doing?
Yeah, we know. I've done this millions of times. I got it to the 10th level of Doom, for gosh sakes.
Okay, well that's good because I got a lot to do.
Got
So.
a hammer, you might be able to tap on something.
Nah, we just gotta. Nah.
I'll throw it away. Oh, heck,
Wait, what are you doing?
I'll just-
What are you doing?
throw it out.
Stop! Hold on, wait. That's considered e-waste. It's a law. There's a law that you can't just throw a
What's
computer
the
into
law?
the
You throw it
computer into the
away?
garbage. If you call the city of Ventura 652-4525, they can give you more information about recycling e-waste and you know about this, don't you, Matt?
Yeah, actually I do.
You see?
I watch Ventura's public access.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that's
I've
really
never
good.
thought
I thought you
recycling
were
on
watching
there.
cartoons or something.
No?
No, so get that out of the garbage can. I was upset. Yes, I was very upset because the potential of that computer, or that laptop, it's so harmful in the landfill that it's just amazing. That's why there's a law now that you just cannot throw e-waste in the garbage. All right. Well, thanks, Rick.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you later. So anyway, what are we gonna do about this?
I don't know. I'm trying to take a look at this.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I don't know what if Matt knows what he's talking about, but he knew about the e-waste and the garbage, and that was cool because I needed that backup. So I'm learning about it too.
Well, Chris, I'm glad to say that you've made it through the interview process so far. We'd just like to ask you a few questions on the final interview to see how well you would do in the job. So we'll start with Robert.
Now, are you aware of the formulas of comparing the flow rates of stormwater pollution to wastewater pollution?
I do understand that wastewater and drain water are quite different.
So you know about the increase of the dynamics of the volumes involved, particularly during any heavy-duty rainstorms.
The volumes will be increased during rainstorms. And that it's very important that we have very clean pipes for that.
Are you aware of the spatial dynamics of recycling bins and how they can impair or improve efficiency in the workplace by creating workflow patterns when people are now recycling as opposed to just throwing their waste in the garbage can?
I understand that you can't put a garbage can in a very heavily flowed area by people walking by it. They don't want to get tripped on it. They don't want to be in their way. It can't be the wrong color, because it might distract someone, especially if it's in a very work-credit area.
I think the answer pretty well. So I'm going to ask mine now. It's my most important question. Is this recyclable or is it not?
It's offensive to see that in a recyclable can.
I like the way you think. That's exactly right. All right, Robert? Or Rick?
Yeah, I see. Yeah. I've got to install 50 of these things on a recycling plastic cans. You got any ideas how I can do that?
I know some great recycled resin from cornstarch that can actually be placed on the back of that to act as an adhesive to the cans, or concrete if you want to put on there.
Hey, what if you had a styrofoam cup that was kind of broke? How would you fix that?
Well, styrofoam cups aren't a great idea. There are a lot of different options out there for cups out there. You got your ceramics, which are very good. Even recycled cardboard can even be as a cup.
Hey, that is great. What a wonderful answer. Marion, you got some questions?
Chris, what do I do with this?
Bleach paper, you can actually recycle that again to maybe even be newspaper at one point.
Okay, good.
That's the end of the interview. Appreciate your time. We'll let you know.
Thank you for your time.
You betcha, Chris.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I made a good impression on you guys.
All right. Thanks a lot. Just check in there and appreciate you coming in. Hey, man, I like the way this guy thinks.
I think he's pouring a wool over your eyes.
He's
Yeah.
not afraid of
He's speaking
engineering.
very
He's
sincerely.
He's not afraid of engineering. He's not afraid to
Yeah.
deal with it. I like that. I like that because that's at the point of sale of any recycling or wastewater or storm drain program that you have to be at the point that you have everything figured out right. You got the formulas out and you've got good metrics. He won't be afraid of that.
Robert and I agree that we should hire this guy.
I don't know.
Robert,
He
yeah,
seems to have an
finally, Robert and I can
alternative
agree on
agenda.
something.
Not sincere.
No, I think he's just pulling
And-
these
Not
answers
sincere.
out.
Yeah.
He
Are you
rehearsed
kidding?
them.
Did you hear what he
I-
said about me, earlier today? He
His
said,
answers
I
were-
am the great leader in this company.
Yeah, I just get a funny feeling, don't
Yeah,
you?
I do too.
Yeah.
I think he rehearsed these answers.
Yeah, I think
before
he
came
knew
in.
what we were gonna ask.
All right,
him.
great. Let's call him in.
Yo,
I think I've made
Chris.
my decision. We are gonna hire Chris as our new intern. Yes. All right. I can't wait to work with him. Thanks for helping me out with the interview panel. All right.
All right.
It's great having Chris on board. He's our new intern. We've hired him on now as an intern, and I'm looking forward to doing lots of great projects with our new intern, Chris. Chris is just great. He knows his stuff. It's nice to work with someone of his caliber.